Monday Night Raw is tonight. Oh, I can't wait to see exactly what's gonna happen tonight. Overreaction Monday is up. Monday Night Raw is tonight. Money in the Bank was Saturday. We on push ahead. We on another wave. We on another week. Father's Day's coming up. Hey man, welcome to the Kam Lew show, baby. Appreciate all the love, support. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Let's go and get some interaction if we can. But look, we got some stuff going on. We got some things to talk about. First thing we're gonna talk about today. WrestleMania got moved. I know we already knew about it. We already kind of figured what was gonna happen, but we're gonna talk about it. WrestleMania got moved. It is now going back to Vegas. It was going to New Orleans. I was kind of excited about that. Not just going to night one, not going to night two. It was all about going to experience WrestleMania. I never experienced WrestleMania. I wanted to do that. Wasn't able and not going to be able to do that now because they changed it back to Vegas. I wanted to go to maybe the NXT show, WrestleCon, and all the other stuff around New Orleans because New Orleans is not that far from where I stay. But now they're going back to Vegas. Where does that lead to? They haven't done this in a while, going back to back cities. It's been a minute since they did that. We're gonna see how that goes. But WrestleMania wasn't really that spectacle this year in Vegas. Obviously, the triple threat match was good. Obviously, Jey Uso winning his first world title. Nothing really crazy happened. I think Jacob Fatu won his United States Championship at WrestleMania as well. Hoping to see something different. John Cena winning his 17th. So, I mean, some historic events did happen. But nothing really crazy happened at WrestleMania, and that's normally what happens. But I'm going to be honest with you. Everything else that's happened to be honest, ever since WrestleMania has ended, it's been a very good wrestling's been on pretty much on point. WWE, they've had their moments where it's been a little iffy, but Money in the Bank was pretty good. We got Saturday Night Main Event coming up. Night of Champions comes up before. Monday Night Raw's got some very good things going on as well. And you know, to the people, the thing about Vegas is it's a city where it's a lot of people are not there to per se come see wrestling. They're coming to see Vegas itself. So wrestling being there, it's cool. So that's probably why, you know, for a person like myself or a person that loves to watch wrestling, wasn't too crazy watching the fans and they're not seeing that much excitement. Even the NXT show wasn't that exciting for them because it was early in that morning. I think I want to say it was 12 here or 1 here, and it's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock there. So people just waking up. It's a it's a sightseeing city. It's not really like a wrestling city. I would say Boston, New York, Philly, those, that Eastern. You think about Texas. You probably say Georgia, Florida, things of that nature. But Las Vegas, not really a wrestling town, not really a wrestling city. So, hey, they got it for a year next year. It's gonna be 2-night event again. I guess they liked the money that you're gonna spend some money for sure going to Vegas. I guess they like that you was able to make some money off of it, and how they're going. So again, if in New Orleans, I feel like it was gonna be great because New Orleans is always up, but it was a higher bidder in Las Vegas, and that is what it is. So moving on to the R-Truth story, we got some more evidence. Again, I dropped a video Sunday saying that it was not a work, and it's confirmed that it's not a work. It's confirmed by R-Truth. It's confirmed by his son. It's confirmed by a lot of people that it was not a work. I don't know why people thought it was a work. It's kind of crazy that people thought it was a work, but it's not a work because, again, if I didn't even say this about this on my video, but Pat McAfee was live. They were somewhere, and Sheamus was there, and they was talking about it. R-Truth and Carlito, they both were talking about it. So that lets you know right there from the jump, it was a real release. WWE can say what they want to say. Triple H said what he said, which is, and you're enjoying the show, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? A little accountability is okay. You didn't say it about Cody. We all knew about Cody. So I said about Kerry and Cross. It's okay to have a little accountability, bro. Just say, hey, you know what? We were wrong. That's like I said. We was wrong. You know, we listened to the fans. The fans wanted R-Truth. We gave y'all R-Truth. That's all you had to say. You know what I'm saying? We would have been cool if you just would have said that. You know, what did you say, though? You said, enjoy the show, make it seem like it was all planned. Bro, we're wrestling fans at the end of the day. That's what you got to remember. We're humans, just like y'all. Y'all create the show. We watch the show. We also create in our head. As long as we create in our head, we also know that you can't pull a fast one on us. Now, there's some people out here that say, oh, that's a work, man. Great job. By the way, at the end of the day, great job by WWE. At the end of the day, great job by WWE. It's not, we not, messing with y'all saying, hey, but it's just like, don't just own up and say, you know what, we was wrong. That's all you have to do. Just say, hey, we was wrong. We thought this was the way to do it. We didn't think that he was getting this much love. We didn't think y'all loved him so much. We brought him back because we listened to y'all. And he said it online. And that's all y'all had to say. It's kind of bad when the company is saying one thing, but then the people that work for the company are saying different. Y'all got to be on the same timeline. Then you have to decide as a person that's watching it, do I believe them or do I believe them? It should be one accord, one line. Like, okay, they both saying the same thing. Even if it's like a lie, even if it's like the truth, they're both saying the same thing. And the fact that they both didn't say the same thing, letting you know right there. Somebody lying, somebody telling the truth. And as the fans, we know who's telling the truth. It's R-Truth, which is now Ron Killings. And by the way, I wanted to support Ron Killings, but WWE, as great as they are, what did they do? They boosted up his shirt sales. So usually a shirt that you can buy off WWE shop is normally $29, maybe $34, depending on who it is. Might be brand new. Why is Ron Killings, R-Truth, why is his shirt $44.99? Just because you want to profit off of what you made mistake? Like, bro, you don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? A couple months ago, no one was buying an R-Truth shirt. Let's be honest. No one was buying an R-Truth shirt. But now you come at, okay, why would you boost it up to $44.99? Don't do that. Come on. Don't do that. That ain't right. I feel like that's not right. Don't do that. Because you didn't have to do that. I was going to support the shirt, but $44.99, I'm not buying a shirt for $50. I'm not buying a shirt. I don't think I've ever bought a shirt for $50. Why would, if I did, it was probably when I was younger. I'm older now. These are kids that are watching the show as well. They're ready to spend $50 on a t-shirt? Come on, man. The only time somebody's spending that much money is because it's designer. Gucci, Louis, Prada. Come on. Fendi. Right? $50 on a graphic tee. Graphic tee? Come on, baby. You got to do a little bit better. Accountability is the best ability, and y'all are doing something that y'all shouldn't be doing, which is boosting up the sales because you didn't put accountability on yourself saying, hey, you know what? The fans, you are correct. R-Truth should have been back. We should never released him. But the fact that we did, and then we heard your cry, we heard what you said on the internet, that's why we brought him back. No, you said, are you enjoying the show? No, bro, that's cap. Big cap. Put two caps, so put a cap over it and put another cap over it because that's double cap. Don't do that. So, Monday Night Raw is tonight. Expecting a lot. I ain't gonna lie. When I heard about, a couple weeks ago. Let's go back to a couple weeks ago. Jey Uso got approached by Gunther. By the way, Gunther and Jey Uso should have been fought each other. This should have the rematch should have been happening. The rematch should have happened at Backlash, not tonight. But I understand what they're doing. Just stay with me. Jey Uso and Gunther should have happened at Backlash because if they happened at Backlash, that would have been transition for somebody else to fight Jay tonight. But I see what they're doing. It's four possibilities what I'm hearing that can happen tonight. But we're just gonna watch it. I'm gonna throw a little prediction out there, but we're gonna watch and see what happens. So tonight, Jay and Gunther fight each other at Phoenix, and I was sitting there like, why are they fighting after Money in the Bank? Okay, makes sense because Jey Uso and Cody team up together because I didn't think Cody was gonna come back that early. To be honest with you, I thought Cody might have came back SummerSlam. All right, so he comes back a Saturday Night Main Event. Cody and Jay team up against Logan and John Cena. Okay, they got a tag team match, so that makes sense of why he's fighting tonight. So fast forward all the way tonight, Jay versus Gunther main event tonight. 4 different scenarios is what I read. 4 different scenarios from people. And this ain't WWE. This is from people that said it might what might happen tonight. One thing, Goldberg. I don't know why that's happening, but I guess Goldberg wants a final match. And Saudi Arabia is coming up this month. He wants to fight in Saudi Arabia, from what I read. He wants to fight in Saudi Arabia. So that would make sense if him and Gunther, which happened at Bad Blood in Atlanta, if that's the truth, then that's most likely what's going to happen at Night of Champions. But again, this is called Night of Champions. So I'm going to throw that out because, again, from back when I used to, a couple years ago, when they made it up, Night of Champions mean all champions fight and defend their titles. Gunther and Goldberg are not champions. Unless you're going to say, hey, we want to put the strap back on Gunther. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm just saying to make it make sense, all right? Gunther, Goldberg. God saying Goldberg might cost Gunther, all right? Second scenario, Seth Rollins cashes in on Jey Uso and ends up being the champion because Seth Rollins is now Mr. Money in the Bank. Third scenario, I don't know why I said 4. Third scenario, Seth Rollins tries to cash in, Roman Reigns shows up. That's another thing that I've seen. But Roman Reigns should have showed up Saturday because I didn't want Seth to win. I don't have a problem with Seth. We love Seth in our family. I didn't want Seth to win, though, because Seth has won it already. LA Knight's been in 3 times, and he can't win 1? And then I read something else that LA Knight and Seth Rollins are going to feud. Why? Why are we doing that? Why is Seth Rollins and LA Knight feuding? Seth Rollins has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Seth Rollins has Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins has Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins has Bronson Reed. What does LA Knight have besides? Yeah, and the fans going crazy. How does he even win? What does he win for fighting Seth Rollins? Is the briefcase going to be on the line? Does he get to fight for the briefcase or something? Again, I'm just reading what I'm saying. Is he going to be in the draft now? Like, going to draft him to Raw, which I thought would have been idea for him to do in the first place, but him having a briefcase would make sense. So, let's see what happens there with Seth and LA Knight. So then, the fourth scenario, I don't even remember reading. I don't even remember what the fourth scenario was. I don't know what the fourth. I guess Seth tries to cash in again, and then Punk and Sammy show up. I don't know. That's interesting. We're going to see what happens at that main event tonight. We're going to talk about it tomorrow for sure. Nikki Bella, she's here tonight. It's very interesting. Evolution 2 is next month, July the 13th, I think, from what I'm hearing. July 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. So Nikki Bella should possibly, is she qualifying for Queen and King of the Ring tournament? Because that is tonight as well. I'm not sure. We shall see what happens with that. Very interested to see what Nikki Bella does. I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch will be there tonight. Maybe an interaction there with them two, because Becky is now the new Intercontinental Champion. Maybe, I don't know if they're just gonna jump Nikki right into winning, right into a championship. I don't know what they're gonna do with Nikki. We're gonna see. It's in Phoenix. I don't think she's from Phoenix. I could be wrong. So we'll see what happens with that. John Cena's gonna be there. I don't remember last time he been on Raw. I guess when he was doing the stuff with Cody back and forth with Cody over overseas before WrestleMania. Um, that's gonna be interesting to see John Cena on Monday and what he has to say because again, I said in my video with R-Truth, I want to see what they do with John Cena and R-Truth because R-Truth's on SmackDown. John Cena's showing up tonight on Raw, and I think in June this is the most dates he has going forward in his last year. He's on Raw a lot. I mean, he's in June. He got a lot of dates in June. So it's very interesting to see what happens there. Unless they just add some dates, because John Cena probably will add some dates, but we'll see. So him showing up on Monday Night Raw will be very interesting. But also Jey Uso is fighting tonight. Logan Paul is on Monday Night Raw. Maybe we see Cody. LA and Phoenix is not that far from each other. We'll see. I seen 2 matches. Let me get to them. Hold on. Let me get to my 2 matches. Get to my 2 matches that I seen. Here we go. For King and Queen of the Ring qualifying matches tonight. Both are fatal 4-ways. So the women, we have Rhea versus Liv versus Roxanne versus Kairi Sane. I'm not gonna lie, I love Kairi Sane. She cool. The insane elbow. She wrestles very well. But when you say Roxanne, Liv, and Rhea, and then you throw Kairi in there. By the way, the Raw women's roster is upgraded in the last couple months. That roster was terrible in women's. I'm not gonna lie. That I would say, but right before Becky Lynch showed up, that roster was not good. It was Lyra, Zelina, Rhea, Liv, and Raquel. I want to say, and Zoe Stark was there before her injury. That's when and Dakota was there. Now they've added Roxanne. They've added Stephanie. Kari's come back. Maybe we'll see Asuka eventually. So shout outs to the women's roster elevating and getting better on Monday Night Raw. So that's one. And then the men's is going to be Dom, Sammy, Braun, and Penta. And again, this is for qualifying King and Queen of the Ring. So you already throwing out Roxanne, Rhea, and Liv, and they're fighting each other. So 3 of these women, and add Carson, and 3 of these women are not going to move forward. I don't remember the bracket. I don't remember how the bracket. I don't think the bracket was even made. I mean, the bracket was empty. I don't think it was actually set up exactly how they want. I think they want to get the qualifying matches in, and then boom, they're gonna set up everybody. The fact that Rhea and Liv are in the same match again, and then Roxanne and Liv, didn't think about that. Judgment Day, so that's gonna be a little drama there. Just because of I'm gonna pick Rhea because I just think Rhea didn't win Money in the Bank, and they want to continue to keep Rhea occupied and busy without the title and try to keep chasing for a title. So I'm gonna put Rhea in that match, and then Dom, Sammy, Braun, and Penta. By the way, that's gonna be a hell of a match. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now, and we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Penta, Dom, Sammy, Braun, Breaker. That is non-stop action. I'm gonna tell you that right. That is non-stop action right there. Dom and Penta been beefing. Braun and Sammy been beefing. I don't know who has the edge in this match. I don't think Dom's gonna win because he's the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know if Braun's gonna win. Penta. I feel like they be using Penta. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like they use Penta because why not? They just like using him for his theatrics and his entrance and everything else. Woo! I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker's gonna win it. I think they're gonna try to get him. They're gonna try to make sure they have enough hands close to that title to take off Jey Uso or John Cena. I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. I could be wrong. It could be Sammy, because Sammy keeps Sammy around get him more interest, to get him involved with stuff. You can go with Sammy, but I'm gonna go with Braun. I don't think any other matches have been announced. I want to make sure. Anything else for Monday Night Raw? Obviously, Seth Rollins is going to be around for tonight as well. Nothing really. I think it's going to be a great Monday Night Raw. Just got to see. Excuse me. Just got to see exactly what all is going to happen. Could it be? So they've only went 3 hours one time since they changed to Netflix, and that was the night after WrestleMania. They possibly could go 3 hours tonight because of all the stuff that's happening tonight. When you got Jay Gunther, you got John Cena, you got Seth Rollins, Nikki Bella. The tournament starts today. It could possibly go 3 hours today. Not gonna bank on it because again, it only went 3 hours one time, and that was when they went after the night after WrestleMania. And then also what I also read that Jade Cargill might be getting a big push. Evolution 2 is coming up, like I said, in Atlanta. That's very good for Jade. We'll get closer to that as we get to SmackDown. It gets a little closer in the end of the week on that, but that was just good news right there. And then I just seen something else. Another return is expected tonight, which is not Nikki Bella. Another major return is scheduled for next week's show on Raw. So again, Raw on Netflix is booming, and it's got a lot of stuff going on. And you trying to tell me they got something else going? Like I said, this night might go 3 hours. This Raw might go 3 hours. Looking forward to seeing exactly what happens. It's gonna be interesting to see exactly what's going down tonight. Expected to see Chad Gable, AJ Styles tonight from what I've seen. I'm not sure exactly what else. I don't think I've seen anything else. I don't think I see anything else for tonight. Just read a tweet from JD from New York. He says, low key, hoping for Seth Rollins cash in tonight. They need a major shift on Monday night. It's gotten incredible, safe, and predictable. So if Seth cash in tonight, you don't think that's predictable? You don't think that would be predictable? Because everybody's waiting on Seth to cash in at this point. Everybody knows, like, so before the match happened, people were saying that Seth was going to win. So people was like, yeah, Seth's going to win. I didn't think he was going to win because I'm like, they're not going to pull the trigger. And so is Jay a real champion or he a transition champion? That's the question. Is he a real champion? Because I've been watching this model with WWE for years. If you're not Brock, if you're not Roman, if you're not a big major star, Cody Rhodes, when you win the title at WrestleMania, you're probably going to lose it before SummerSlam or at SummerSlam. That makes you know you're not a big champion. Ask Damian Priest. Damian Priest won it at WrestleMania. Damian Priest lost it around SummerSlam. Or might have lost it at SummerSlam. I don't even remember. So that's what they're saying about Jey Uso right now. I thought everybody liked Jey Uso. I thought everybody was down with Jey Uso. I thought everybody wanted to heat with Jey Uso. So tonight is that's what we. I mean, I know it's one person, but I'm saying this is what we're asking for. This is what he wants. He wants Seth Rollins to cash in. He wants Seth Rollins to go ahead and cash his Money in the Bank briefcase and take the title from Jey Uso. Is that what people want right now? Seth Rollins is over as he can be. Does he need a title? I mean, he's obviously going to win it because he's got the Money in the Bank contract now. But it's not Obviously, though, right? Because I mean, it's only 79% that the men win after they get the briefcase. Seth's won it before. Is it possible that they can make Seth look so smart? And he's the mastermind, he's the architect, he's the visionary, he's a revolutionary. Possibly lose though, because again, he can have all the barriers, the shields. He can have all the wise mans he want. But what if they just make it seem like, Seth can do all this he wants to, but not win? But then you gotta think about it too. Seth is the first world heavyweight champion. Seth is the first world heavyweight champion. Okay, so we cannot forget about that. Seth is the first. It's not like Seth's chasing something he ain't won. He's the first champion. He beat AJ Styles for that. So the fact that JD is saying, hey, it needs a major shift, it's got incredibly safe and predictable. Hell, all wrestling is predictable, but then sometimes you get unpredictable, So I get it I get what he's saying. But I don't know if Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank is gonna make the show unpredictable after that. Honestly, if Seth beats and cash ins on Jey Uso, I think the show gets even more predictable, because then it's sitting there like, well, so we'll put this in perspective. If Seth beats Roman Reigns, my bad. If Seth beats Jey Uso for the title, all right, Seth and Becky are in the same mind state. I don't know if y'all heard what Becky said. Becky said, I'm only gonna defend this title when I feel like it, or when somebody has earned it. You don't think Seth's gonna do that? You got Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman, Paul Heyman. Seth's gonna fight when he wants to. I like Seth when he's fighting. This Seth is different. This Seth ain't gonna be no fighting champion. Seth is trying to take power. Seth ain't trying to be a fighting champion, be a defending champion. Go out there and be like, you know what? I got my belt on. I'm out here. I'm about to, let y'all know, hey, I'll defend it against anybody. That was the first world heavyweight champion. He wins it again. He ain't doing it. Seth Rollins saw what Roman Reigns did. Seth Rollins said, I'm going to do the same thing. It ain't got to be a family, though. It ain't got to be my family. I don't have to have Jey Uso. I don't have to have Jimmy Uso. I don't have to have Solo. If you watch Friday Night SmackDown, you saw what Solo did. He peeped Seth Rollins out and he lined them up and said, I already know what you're doing. You're being like Roman. You want to be like Roman. You got your wise man, Paul Heyman. He said, what is Braun Breaker? Jey Uso, your right-hand man? And I forgot what he called Braun. I forgot what he called Bronson. But maybe he called him Sami Zayn. I don't know. But that's all Seth wants to do. He wants to be Roman Reigns. And for JD to say it's going to be sweet, it ain't going to be no different. It's going to be more predictable. No World Heavyweight Championship matches. Think about this. I ain't going to lie. So WWE changed they changed a lot of stuff with champions. They got a little bit better with it. But at one point, it was when you win a championship, we don't see you. Ex Braun Breaker last year. I was preaching. Bro, put Braun Breaker on the screen. I get he's our Intercontinental Champion. Well, why y'all got this man in the back talking? He's a fighter. He's 27. Then he started wrestling again, but they took the belt off him too, and then he started wrestling again. You see how crazy the spears are. You see how, over he is. Braun Breaker, the dogs be barking. Braun Breaker is Braun Breaker. So then, Jey Uso, this is the only thing I didn't like. I didn't think I was gonna like. If Jey Uso won the title, what was gonna happen? Was he gonna start fighting again? Is he gonna continue to fight? My bad. Is he gonna continue to do the entrance? He's been doing it, and he's fighting tonight. So if Jey Uso loses to Seth Rollins, if Seth Rollins cashes in, you're telling me that he's gonna be this show ain't gonna be unpredictable no more. That's what JD said. This show is too safe and it's predictable. So if Seth Rollins cashes in tonight, and for now all the way, the show ain't gonna be predictable. The show gonna end up being the same way every night. It's gonna be like the Bloodline when Roman went there. So when Solo, Tama Tonga Loa was there, they were beating up everybody. They're doing it now with no title. They're doing it now with no title. What you think gonna happen when he has the title? It's gonna be predictable. I don't have nothing against JD, but to say the show is predictable. All wrestling is predictable because we predict it all the time, and then when it happens, it's like, well, see, I knew it was gonna happen because that's what we do. If we took our mind off that, the show actually probably wouldn't be predictable as we think. I don't think Seth needs to cash in tonight. Will Seth cash in? He probably will. But does he need to cash in? No. Do we need him to cash in? No. We good. It's just it's crazy how fast people are when somebody wins a title. The first thing on people's mind is, I can't wait to see who takes it off of him. That was the first thing they said when Jey actually won the title. They said, I can't wait to see what happens when somebody takes the title. I can't wait to... When Jey won the IC title, the first person they said was Dom Mysterio. Dom Mysterio taking the title off of him. I was like, what? Damn, bro, we can't put the side plates on? It ain't even midnight yet. He just won the title over Braun Breaker. We still celebrating. People still yeeting. Y'all already talk about Dom finna win? God damn. Let's chill. Live in the moment. Understand what's about to happen and just roll with it. We gonna see what happens tonight. Is Seth gonna cash in? We gonna see. Does Seth need to cash in? I'm gonna say no. I don't think Seth needs to cash in. I didn't think Seth needed the briefcase because if I'm not mistaken, didn't he just fight Jey a couple weeks ago? That was my only beef about him taking the Money in the Bank briefcase. Because I'm like, he don't need it. He just fought Jey a couple weeks ago he literally finessed Jey, in a sense. Paul Heyman did. And now he has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I feel like him having it and him continuing to keep it and somebody screwing him over, that would be more entertaining and more, because it's kind of in the sense like Tiffany last year. Now we was a little upset because Tiffany kept doing it, but I feel like the writing was a little bit off when Tiffany was trying. I feel like they didn't do it right with Tiffany. I feel like they was just like letting her just always teasing, but not really actually doing it. But it was like every week. Seth don't have to do it every week. Seth don't have to do it. If Seth is the mastermind that I know, Seth doesn't have to do it every week. Seth can chill. But Jay can be on high alert every time he's on the screen. That makes it more interesting. Nia Jax didn't. She at a certain point she ended up being on high alert, but Jey Uso, the way his character is always on high alert. He's always like thinking, and he thinks a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying, for his own good. But we gonna see, bro. I'm interested to see exactly what happens tonight. Again, Jey Uso, Gunther fighting tonight. Nikki Bella showing up. John Cena showing up. It's a big show. It's a big show. Phoenix, Arizona. It's a big show. We might have 3 hours. Qualifying matches. I gotta see who's all in a match. I need more. I guess whenever everybody's set on the bracket, then I will make my prediction on that. I've seen people this weekend already making predictions. I'm like, do you even know who's on the bracket? I mean, damn. I get you got to get content out, but you can make other content. Like, You can make way two's on the bracket. I mean, hell, I did it myself on Money in the Bank and I lost. I put Carmelo Hayes on that. Bro didn't even make the match. He didn't even make the Money in the Bank match. He tried to qualify. He didn't qualify. And I had Roxanne Perez, but that was a dark horse. I obviously didn't think who would, but they said that way too early. You can say way too early for this too. Who can be on this? I don't know, bro. I don't think it's enough right now to know who's gonna be in the matches. People's like, oh, I think Stephanie don't need no title. I'm gonna be honest with you. For the people that's brand new and has not been watching NXT, did not watch Forbidden Door when she fought Mercedes Moné, haven't been watching CMLL, my bad. Stephanie don't need no title. Stephanie is over. Stephanie is her. She's La Primera. She don't need no title. They wanted her to win the Money in the Bank. She has the Devil Kiss, which goes viral. She don't need a title, bro. She's straight. It got so bad that her aura is up there. Like, she is amazing. Stephanie is she's 101, dog. When she lost that title to JC Jane, the announcer was still in the match. He didn't even understand what happened. That's how big and how great Stephanie is. She don't need no title, bro. She's straight. She can do what she need to do. Maybe eventually she will get a title. I don't know. But she doesn't need it. So she's fine. She's fine. Let them continue to doing what they're doing with her. Continue her to let her be they call it the greatest luchador right now going. Hands down, you can only give it to her. Dom might have a little issue with that. And by the way, Dom, shout out to you Saturday. Cause I was on you, bro. Why you ain't defending your title? We appreciate you defending your title. I need to see more of that. Now you in a match tonight for qualifying, but I need to see more of that. I need to see more people in the Intercontinental Championship race. I need somebody like Ludwig Kaiser. I need somebody like Karrion Kross. Who else would be in the Intercontinental Championship picture? I need people like Sheamus. I need people like Rusev. I need Dom to be fighting people, not the same people. And I get it. He a luchador, so he trying to fight luchadors. Penta, Octagon Jr. I need more people. Hell, if you want to bring other people from the Worlds Collide from AAA, come on, bring on some more. Bring on Mr. Iguana, Dr. Iguana, who everybody going crazy about him. Aerostar, and by the way, the guy that fought Chad Gable, that was probably the match of the weekend. A lot of people ain't talking about that. That probably the match of the weekend. That match was insane. Chad Gable, I'm gonna say this about Chad Gable, and I ain't gonna say nothing else about Chad Gable. Chad Gable is probably one of the best wrestlers they have. He's just a loser. Just that simple. Chad Gable is one of the best wrestlers WWE has. He's just a loser. It's just that simple. I can't say anything else about it. He's just a loser. So, we're going to see what happens tonight. I need some water. Give me a second. Been talking for a little minute. Appreciate all the people coming in. Make sure you like, comment, and if you're new, make sure you sub. We're going to be doing this and enjoying some wrestling. We're going to have some guests eventually. This is the first show, just to let people know. I've been doing content for a little minute. Been in and out trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with wrestling. And I feel like this is the way. Very big with God. Talk to God. Through this vision in my head, this is what I want to do. I want to talk. And I also want to talk with y'all. I definitely can see the chat. If y'all ever put something in the chat, I will respond. Might not be right then and there because I will have my spiel. We'll have things that I want to talk about. And again, we'll have guests. Depending on how far this goes, we're going to continue to keep this going. And I appreciate everyone coming in and out watching this. And from there, right now, normally we would do an hour, but we already talked about Money in the Bank. We got Monday Night Raw tonight. I want to keep it kind of... The show is normally going to be about an hour, so it's not going to be that long. It's a good way to get away from whatever you got going on outside of social media, outside of life, outside of your work, outside of your, whatever you got going on. This is a way to come in, speak your mind if you want to on wrestling, or just listen to me yap. Because this all this is a yap session. And again, if you comment, I will respond. If not, thank you for appreciate for listening. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you have a great evening. And again, just watch some good old wrestling. And there ain't nothing wrong with liking WWE and AEW. Ain't nothing wrong with watching both of them. I don't care what nobody tell you. Wrestling is good for the soul. Until then, God bless.